I'm going to get all this stuff set up. We are now recording to the cloud as I pass the hostership over to Char Garcia, the great, the amazing Char Garcia, as Robin Grigsby starts off this bad boy. All right, here, let me do this. Now I got to find Char on here. There we go, the happy dealer.
Oh, see, I'm in the front.
Well, now it just popped somewhere else. It went to the top, but then there we go, May Coast. The happy dealer is the happy host now. Guys, y'all are in for a treat. You know, these ladies are rock stars. More importantly, they have a bunch of rock stars in the team because they've duplicated themselves. And in this business, we attract who we are. And both of these ladies, the one I just passed the host to, and Robin Grigsby, are always doing work on themselves, are always reading, listening to audio programs, doing everything they can to sharpen their acts to become the best versions of themselves, to where they can now assist you in being the best version of yourself. So with that being said, I'm going to mute myself out and let these rock stars take over.
You're muted, Robin.
Start over. Thank you, Chris. We appreciate you. You know, it's amazing to get an opportunity to work with someone like you with your skill set. And I'm very fortunate to have you part of our team. And I'm excited for the Saturday training, guys. I mean, this industry has been really good to me. I'm Robin Grigsby out of Sacramento, California. I own a salon. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. And I absolutely love doing this part-time. Although I say part-time, it's probably more like full-time. But I started part-time. It's a great part-time story. I own a salon. I'm a business owner. I also am a makeup artist. And I used to travel doing makeup for stars and movies and all that stuff. I love what I do. I'm married to my husband is also a business owner, a construction company, plaster swimming pools, grew up in the industry, the family business, and runs the business. So we are entrepreneurs. And, you know, we're very happy in what we do. But 16 years ago, I was hit with a health challenge. And doing hair, working in the salon, my whole right side of my body started shutting down. And it was pretty scary. So I had a friend who came to me and introduced to me a product that when I decided to go that route, because the doctors weren't helping me, it changed my life. It restored my hope. I was able to go back to work in the salon, and I felt amazing. And I said, what is this? And how did it happen like this? Why didn't doctors tell me about this? And so basically what I did was I just dove in and got all my questions answered and found out that, you know, by sharing my experience, it brought a lifestyle change. And that lifestyle change was amazing. And I said, well, why couldn't, you know, we offer that to more people? So I got super excited about the industry. In almost 17 years now, I've been invested into this platform. And I love this platform. I love home-based business for many reasons, but I love doing this wellness thing because it impacted my life. It restored my hope. I had an experience where I was in a really dark place and then I felt amazing. So I wanted to give that gift to other people. And then I learned when I had the lifestyle change, I wanted to help other people in that area as well because, you know, stress really causes a lot of diseases. And, you know, if we don't have enough income to have financial peace, it creates a lot of stress in most households. So we can eliminate people's stress. We can help them, you know, have better health, and we can pull people up from what I call like the swamp mindset and get them into a better place because a lot of people just don't know there's better. They don't know that they don't know. And I think it's cool that we can be the light for them. You know, we can guide them through the minds, right? We've been through it. We can show them how to get through it, grab onto them, hold their hand, pull them through it. And man, you know, the mind is powerful. It stops a lot of people from a lot of things. So I'm just very grateful for all of you that are here today, that are plugging in, that are investing into your success. They're investing into your dreams, taking out your Saturday morning to plug in, to listen to how to do this business. And that's pretty much what you're here for. So when I decided, I came in as a product experience. So I wasn't looking for an opportunity, but there are people here who understand business, understand opportunity, dive right in because of the business. And then there are people in here that organically came into this because they had a product experience. And when you have a product experience, there's a belief that comes with that. Like, you have this belief around this product, and your simple belief and your excitement, it's what is going to push your business from the beginning. Like, that's all you need is belief and excitement to push your business forward. And once you start with that, because you can go a long, long, long ways with just belief and excitement and support from your team, then you really have to start thinking, I got to start learning some skills, because we're all going to come to a place where we have a wall put up in front of us. And that wall is really put there not for us to stop, but it's to put there for us to figure out how to get around it. And once we get around it, we get resourceful and we grow through it and grow around it, we're growing ourselves. So that's how I got started. Then I decided, okay, when I'm going to look at this as a business, we have to go, all right, well, other people are going to do this too. If they're going to do this, if they're not going to just be a customer, if you decide you're not going to just be a customer and you want to be a business builder, then you want to look at things that make business sense. So you're going to look at the company, you're going to look at the CEO, you're going to look at the products, you're going to look at, your team support, and there's a comp plan, how you're going to get paid. You're going to look at all those things, and you're going to make a business decision, and obviously you have, so you're here to grow a business. And then we have to decide, okay, well, are we going to, build this business as a hobby, make a hobby income? Because if we treat it like a hobby, it's cool, we can do that, but we're going to make an income of a hobby style income, but if you treat it like a business, then you're going to get paid like a business. And so there is definite ways to treat this as a business. So what I would like to do is, today I have a special guest, Dawn Johnson. I want to bring Dawn on because Dawn has been amazing in our team. She's plugs in. She's grown an amazing team. She has a heart of gold. When we talk about color, she's a yellow. She's super passionate. She's very caring. She's an awesome, awesome business partner, super boss babe. And she reminds me a lot of myself when I first started in this industry, but she's rocking it. And I'd love to bring Dawn, if I can get Dawn Johnson unmuted, if she can unmute herself. I want to bring her on because she has some amazing steps to just talk about how to get started in this business.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Robin. Thank you so much. You guys, first I just have to say that Robin, Shaw, Chris, everybody has just been so amazing in this. This is like nothing I have ever experienced with network marketing as far as team and even product goes. I won't go into huge detail on a lot of things, but I think I'll feel a little bit better if I just tell you that I'm super nervous. And I don't have it all together like Robin. I'm totally squirrel brain. She left that completely out. So if I see shiny things, I'll probably start going somewhere else. So bear with me. But first of all, thank you guys. Thank you for showing up. This is a huge first step for you. Some of you are brand new. This might be your first day. This might be your first week, your first month. Some of you might be on here just to kind of get a refresher and kind of get an idea of what some other folks are doing in the business to get started and to just rock it and share. And let's see, I have a few notes here, so forgive me if I'm going to get a little bit sidetracked here, just making sure that I'm on track. I know it's Saturday morning, so we're going to try to get through this with some value for you. And like I said, just showing up is a huge first step, and I congratulate you for that. So a couple of things to get started. Most of you have already gotten started. You've chosen the $49 to have your 2 amazing websites, which there are more than just 2, but we're just going to kind of go over that today. And then you've probably already chosen the shareables, and I'll go over that as well. It's a wonderful tool, a wonderful product. I'm just going to show you real quick here. When you choose your shareable, you're going to get 11 of each item, and there's going to be 11 of just coffee, so 2 sticks of coffee and 2 Xanthamax samples. And it's going to also have 11 of the Chocolate, and then 11 of both the coffee and the Chocolate. So what I encourage my team members to do, I'm just going to show you the chocolate one right now, is I encourage them to pop it open and just view what amazing tool this is. It's got all of the information on dose, and then it's got like some instructions on how you can mix it up and enjoy your first cup. And then it has the awesome sticks of Chocolate and the Xanthamax. So what I like to do here is the fielddose.com, which I'm sure is coming soon, but right now it's not really linking up to your account. So what I encourage my teammates to do is to either, black that out with a permanent marker, or just make your own little label and put your elevosity.com with your URL, your unique URL that you chose when you got your promoter account started, right? So just kind of stick that on right over that, and then close it back up. And then I re-stick it with, I just got this roll of happy face stickers on Amazon, and then I just stick it right on here to close it back up so that it looks like it was never really tampered with. And then on the back, what's so amazing about this is that we can write the address to whoever you're sending the sample to right here, and then you can put your 71-cent stamp, non-machinable butterfly stamp here, and then put your return address right there, and then just pop it right in the mailbox. So super simple, super affordable. It's a tool and it's product all in one. So investing in your business is a huge thing, and that's one thing I want to touch on as far as this business goes that has really excited me, is the fact that our company does not really push us to buy, and, get into debt by buying so much stuff. I mean, obviously, if we don't have product to give as samples or trial packs, however you wish to do it, then we don't have a business. So you have to figure out what you can afford prior to putting in that order. So I do love that. Yeah, you can buy the 71-cent stamps, at the post office, and they're just the butterfly ones. So the first other few steps would be to get to know at least 5 of your upline, and if you have a Facebook, just friend request them, get their phone numbers so that you have that available to you, and that way you can always have some support there at your fingertips. That's something else that I love about this company, is I never really had that kind of support anywhere else. So knowing that I can count on my upline and knowing that they're there for me and I can ask questions, that takes a huge stress off my shoulders. And I just love that. I love that about this company. I love that about our team. I know that everyone, it's easy to duplicate. And once our app comes out in November, it's just going to be even easier. So something to look forward to there. Knowing the difference between your 2 websites. So we talked about elevosity.com, and then there's ellepreneur.com. So I just wanted to kind of touch real quickly on the difference. You choose your URL, so that's unique to you. So whoever, you decide to send that to, they're going to link right back to your account. So the Ellapreneur.com is where you'll always go. That's where you'll put in your smart ship order, make sure you have that set up right away. And then also, if you have any people that are interested in becoming a business partner with you, and they want to kind of bypass that whole customer part, then you send them to Ellapreneur.com with your URL at the end. As far as customers go, you would send them to the Ellavosity.com with your URL. So that's the difference between the Ellavosity and the Ellapreneur. So I talked about making sure that you have your auto ship set up, because without having a smart ship, an active smart ship each month, you will not be eligible for any commissions. So that's super important. Plugging into your messenger threads, your team will have their own messenger threads, and plugging into those in Facebook is super important. I did find out early on that a lot of notifications overwhelm me, so I have chosen to mute. You can mute that conversation and just go in and check that every, 2 to 3 times a day. Just catch up on things that you've missed, because things are changing daily. Sometimes, within an hour, things change. So making sure that you're staying plugged into that, your team groups, Zoom calls just like this, trainings just like this, and also the corporate weekly webinar. Everything is usually recorded as far as Zooms go, and so you can usually find that. Just ask your sponsor how to find the recording, and they'll direct you there where you can find that. And then the corporate webinar, if you don't catch it on Thursday night, it's always going to be in your back office, in your Ellapreneur.com back office, so you can catch that replay there. So talking about Zooms, some of you, this might be your first one, and not all Zooms are awesome, like Chris set us up with muting all as soon as you enter in. So the importance of that is whatever is going on around you, if you don't mute your phone or mute your computer or your iPad, then we can all hear you. And that makes it really difficult, like even all the little background noise. Sometimes even if there isn't any background noise, there's still some sort of static, and it's real difficult to hear the person that's talking and trying to relay the important information. So make sure when you get on a Zoom that you tap on your screen and mute your phones. And then one thing that I didn't know the first time I got on a Zoom call was that there was video that I didn't realize they could see me. I guess I thought I could just see everyone else. I don't know why, because I could see myself in my phone, but I went to the bathroom with my video on. So yay me, right? So just keep that in mind. If you got to take care of something personal, just tap your phone and just hit that little video icon, and your video will turn off. So that way we can't see you. You're welcome. I'm totally saving you from an embarrassing moment, right? All right, so the other thing, I don't know if you guys know this, but if you have a Facebook, you can go into your Facebook and set up through there to receive and pay money. So why is this important? Well, we talked about the shareables, and we talked about, like, a lot of people do first cup is on me, first cup is free, whatever. But some of us will do trial packs. So let's say, for instance, you want to charge for a shareable. Well, you don't want to really go through, you can go through PayPal and Square and things like that, but there are fees involved with that. So with Facebook, it's awesome. Right now, so far, there aren't any fees. So you can go in there and set it up to where it goes directly into your bank account. Once you see that hit, you can send it off in the mail. So if you have more questions about that, just reach out to your sponsor. Let me just double check that I have everything here. Oh, so I'll go over a couple of real quick tips if that's okay, Robin. Okay, So also on Facebook, I don't know if you guys know this, but it's super awesome. And you can send messages to yourself. So on my phone, a lot of times I find myself like putting it in my notes, things that maybe I repeat often over and over again. So all I have to do is just copy and paste if I'm talking to potential customers or business partners. So the other part of that is there's nowhere for me to really like put the team schedule, like, because I know Gavin, I don't know if he's on here, but he makes these awesome graphics and, you know, it sets out all of our team schedule. But there's nowhere for me to really put that on my phone unless I do screenshots. But then it's like it gets lost because I'm a picture taker. So I have, you know, a billion pictures on my phone. So what's really neat is you can forward graphics or forward important information right to yourself. So you just, you know, forward it or copy and paste it and put your name there, and then it'll go to yourself. And that's super amazing. Like, who wouldn't want to go to one spot to find everything, right? So I do love that about Facebook. I think the other part is just something that has really, really had my team duplicating this and really have seen them be able to really get started quickly and have a lot of customers right away is just what we call peek and pass on our team. And Robin's going to talk a little bit more about that. But basically, you just pique interest with posts. So you don't really want to say that you work at Elopreneurs in your Facebook About Me part. You don't work for Elevosity. You don't post pictures just like this with our name on it. You don't, do things like that because you want to pique that interest and have people reach out to you privately and send, have that conversation through private messenger. So that way they're not just Googling and, they can end up somewhere else that maybe you don't want them to. So I'll let Robin go over peek and pass. And thanks for listening, guys.
Awesome, Dawn. Thank you so much. And that's the power of partnering and collaborating together with your team, because you went over things that I wasn't even thinking about going over. I'm like, oh, that's a good point. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. But no, this is amazing. Like peek and pass, guys. So I'll back up a little bit. So when we get started, we want to make somewhat of a list, right? We're going to think about who would like to have an experience like I had, who likes coffee, who's looking for better, who wants, to bring their inflammation down in their body and have less pain. Like, who of my friends, that are successful, that are looking for more ways to be successful, we already know there's a market for coffee drinkers, right? So what we have is so simple, our conversation's so easy that it's just about, thinking about who in our life, like get our phone book out. A lot of us think, I don't have very many people, but if you go look through your phone, I bet you have over 100 contacts. Go through your phone list and just, write down the people you think would be looking for an opportunity, or write down the people that you think would be looking for better, that maybe have some health challenges, or maybe that you can reach out to that would be more product driven. And then make up your list of people who are product driven, and then make up your list for opportunity. My suggestion is to reach out to those people first that are successful in your life, that own businesses, that seek opportunity. Reach out to them first, because those are the ones you want to see if they want to partner with you, if they're the ones that run this business, or want to be part of this, because those are people that later are going to be like, why didn't you tell me about this? What, you're doing something amazing. Why wouldn't you tell me? So if you just reach out to them and just say, hey, this may or may not be for you, but I found something that's super unique, that's made a difference in my life, and I decided to, turn it into a part-time thing. It's my plan B. It's a side thing I'm going to do to make an income. I just wanted to run it by you real quick, because if I didn't want you to come back later and say, why didn't you tell me about it? So if you'd stay open for just a few minutes, I'll, maybe I can get my friend on the phone to help explain it. I'm super new at this, things like that. I mean, you just think about how are you going to start, and trust me, like you're going to have so many people to talk to, and it's going to get a little overwhelming at first, because we can only handle so many people, launching so many people at a time, right? So it's okay to go a little slower. It's okay to write down that list and just You can do a launch Zoom. You can invite those people onto a special Zoom for a special hour of the evening, and you can bring on one of your leaders to introduce to them what your opportunity is, and that leader can explain to your group of, you know, friends that are opportunity driven about what this is and why you're excited. That's a great way to get started with your business, is a launch Zoom. You can invite and message thread. You can, you know, three-way into a message thread. You can use text message three-way. You can call three-way. You know, with Dawn talking about peak and pass, it's about not being the message, just being the messenger, being the connector, not knowing. You don't have to know a lot to do this business. You literally do not. You just have to be excited and believe in what you're doing. And people want what you have. They want your excitement. They want to feel the way you feel. So the more you believe and the more excited you are, they are attracted to that already. They're going to see that. And so when you do reach out, don't be the expert. Don't be that person that's being somebody you're not. Be their friend. Just tell them, be authentic. Tell them what you're excited about. And be a solution provider. Listen to their needs. Ask them questions. Connect with them. Conversations about relationship. It's just being super real, and then using your team to be the expert. Let your team support be the one to answer the questions. Now, you're going to have people who are going to be interested in the product, and they're going to be interested in just feeling better and maybe know nothing about the opportunity, or you're not going to, you know, talk to this certain friend about an opportunity. Well, that person just needs to have an experience. And once they have an experience with our product, most likely the way that this is working, I've never seen, honestly, a company that's grown so fast because of truly everyone's experience is spreading like a virus. They love the experience that they are already telling people about this before they even know that they can get paid to do that. So that's why this business is growing so fast for so many, is because they literally are having their friends and their family members who are experiencing the product and telling a friend or a mom or a sister or a brother or about, oh my gosh, like I felt this way. And so we're literally having customers, people who are only product driven, turning into promoters here who have never done this business before. And that's what I love about this, because I see people who have never had an experience all of a sudden become successful entrepreneurs, successful people in this industry, all because they see that it's a simple process. It's simply having the experience themselves, deciding they want to tell some people, and then having the support of their team to be the expert, to answer the questions, and all they have to do is be the connector. If we keep it that simple, guys, like your business will grow so large so quickly. But sometimes people complicate it. Sometimes they think, I got to be the expert. I got to know what I'm talking about. You know, I got to be the one to give them all the answers. You know, no, you don't want to do that, because it shows that person that they have to be the same. So it will show them they have to be the expert if you try to be the expert. If you try to answer every question, they think they have to answer. It's going off like a movie in their head. Like, can I do this? Because trust me, when I started out in this industry 16 years ago, I thought I had to be the expert. I went to every class. I learned all the science. I learned all the detail. I learned everything. And then I went and tried to be the teacher. I went and tried to educate people on why everything. And I was not duplicatable. And I had people come up to me left and right saying, I can't do what you do. I don't know how you have the time to do what you do. I made it look super complicated. So if we just know it's okay to not know everything, latch on to your teammate, let them be the expert, you will blow up your business. And then you will earn why you learn. So while you're on the three-way call with them, while you watch the message threads, while you're in the launch Zooms, whatever it is, just you're going to soak up the verbiage. You're going to pick up the language, and you're going to eventually be the expert for your team. So some of you might be here just to create customers. You guys, you can make an amazing business just by having customers. literally build to 30 customers, you're going to make around $500 a month just by building 30 customers. But imagine, if you were to take every promoter, or whatever, just say 30 customers came on and half of them wanted to do what you do. 15 of them turn into promoters. Well, you just opened a franchise. That's really how it works. So my nephew, he works for Coca-Cola, and he makes a percentage off of all the volume that goes through each and every store. So his job is to open up Coca-Cola, right, in each store and stock the shelves and make sure they have enough product. That store makes money off the customers, right? Well, you are a store. So when you start this, you're a store, and your job is to get customers, and you're going to make a percentage, off your customers. And that's awesome. But where the magic comes in with financial freedom and time freedom is that when you get a business builder. So a business builder is like having a store open up, and now you're franchising. Now they're a store, and they're getting customers, and they're earning money off their efforts, and you earn a small percentage off theirs. So now you're franchising. So the value of actually, getting business builders it's incredible to you, because now you're multiplying your income, and you're growing at, by multiplication rather than addition. You're going to make a lot more income that way. And the way to do that is keeping it simple and duplicatable. Simple and duplicatable. And plugging in is key. Staying plugged into your business is essential. Do what you want your people to do. If you want your people to show up on the Saturday calls, you show up. You may not be able to show up on every single one, but show up, show your face, be there. I know my husband says to me all the time, why do you show up to every single one of those things? You know what they're going to say. You know what they're doing. Like, I don't know how you do that. And I'm like, because you do what you want your people to do. Because if I don't, they won't. And if they won't, who else is going to not do it? So the thought process here is consistency is key, over and over and over again. Like, do the things over and over, plug in over again. And honestly, it gets embedded deeper and deeper in that subconscious. Everything you plug in, everything you learn just gets embedded deeper. And then you create all these files. And then when you go to speak, you also pull all these files out that's deep down inside. You don't even know where they came from. It's just because you plugged in and you listened. And every time you listen to somebody new, you're going to learn something new. I still do. 17 years in this business, I'm still learning. I'm still growing. That's super important. Stay coachable. Stay super coachable. Always know the opposite of what you know is also true. Never be a know-it-all. Always learn. Stay open to learning. Stay open to growing. And develop your mindset. Your mindset is everything here. Super key. Like, one of the first books that I read was this one, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. I had a friend tell me, to read that book a long time ago, years ago. And I thought, Think and Grow Rich. I honestly, in my mind, before I knew about mindset and learning how your mindset is everything to do with your life, I just thought it was about a book about how to get rich and teaching you money or something. And when I read it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is not about how to teach you how to be rich with money. This is how to teach you how to be rich in life. And now, you guys, I buy these little books. They have them in all different kinds of forms and ways to read it, and bridged and unbridged. But I buy these little tiny books and I stick them in my car. And when I come up to a homeless person, I give them a book. A lot of times I'll give them money, sometimes not all the times, but I'll give them a book. And I'll tell them, like, this will change your life. Like, if you want to get out of your situation, read this book, because they're there because of their mindset. If they can change their mindset, their whole life will change. Our life, all of us are we all have the same sun. We all have the same moon. We all have clouds and wind, and we all are dealing with the same earth. We live in different areas, but we're all dealing kind of with the same thing. We can look and see a tree and see the same tree, and be in a room to see the same walls. what makes one person's life different than another is truly how they look at things. It's their perspective. It's the way they respond to things. You know, it's often said, it's not what happens to you that matters. It's what you do with what happens to you that matters. And everything is to do with mindset. And I'll tell you what, this industry, this platform is what changed my life, because before I was introduced to network marketing, before I was introduced to this platform, I had no idea about growing your mindset. I didn't even know there was such a thing. I knew there was going to school and learning math and learning, you know, learning your job and learning what you got to learn to get by in life. But I had no idea that to have better was to grow your mindset. And that is probably my favorite thing I got out of this industry is that, because that is what I can take with me. Can't take anything else with me, but I can take that with me. And that is what's changed my whole life, like your family setting and everything. So mindset is key. The other thing is the secret. When I first entered into this platform, I earned a cruise to Alaska on my first company. And I did that, again, by pure accident. I was just sharing people an experience. I was so excited. I believed. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I even did something that I would recommend not to do, is puking out the mouth. You know, don't try to be the expert. Don't try to educate everybody on what you're so excited about. It's like when you newly become saved, sometimes, you know, how people overtalk, you know, how they want to go out and save the world because they just got saved. It's the same concept, as we really have to tone it down. And we have to remember that little is better. Little is more. I mean, we don't need to give them everything. We just need to be really good at asking questions and finding a way that we can be a solution provider and provide a solution. So I just keep saying that because that's so important. But this secret, when I was on that cruise ship, everybody was talking about the movie The Secret, the movie The Secret. I'm like, what is the secret thing? Life-changing movie. And it is literally changed. I mean, my kids have watched it. I've watched it over 100 times in my salon. I've showed it to almost every single one of my clients when I'm doing a hair color. I'll just stick up, you know, put the CD on and be like, oh my God, we got to watch this when we're doing a hair color. It'll change your life. And so I just knew I had to get as many people to understand the secret as possible. So in our welcome calls, I'm just lead that right into our welcome calls. If you just got started, what time is it? 9:39. If you just got started and you have not had a welcome call in your team, you need to go to your upline and like get your welcome call scheduled, like ASAP. That's so, so important. In our team, we built an amazing culture, amazing community, and we know who our team is by welcome calls. They're so powerful. Melissa McGuire and I, in our previous business, we really grew an amazing team. When Zooms first came about, we used Zooms to do welcome calls. And we've seen the power of being able to connect with people on Zooms and be able to see your team and get to know your team. And it's like you're in the same room. It's like you went to the same house and you're visiting. It's pretty super cool. I mean, we're all in here today and we're like in one big convention hall talking. We get to see each other. I only get to see so many people on here, but if I scroll through here, I can see everybody else. But I mean, it's just amazing. And so the welcome calls, when people in our team get started, we say, okay, let's get a message thread, and you put your new person in the message thread, and you grab your upline support, 3 or 4 or 5 of them, however, you're connected, you put them in there, and you introduce your new person to their team support. And then you introduce and tell your team support, hey, this is, Jill. She's super excited. She had an amazing experience. We would love to get her welcome call started. Can we all, maybe put in a time and day when all of us can be available? That's how you connect everybody for a welcome call. And then once you establish that time, you can set a reminder in that thread, and then y'all hop on that welcome call. And the key to a welcome call is finding out about that person's goals and their why. And their goals, you want to find out their short-term goal and their long-term goal. And this is how we do it. So we explain who we are. We share who we are, and say, hey, this call is really about you. But, we're here and we want you to get to know us and who you're working with. So we do like a little short Reader's Digest of who we are, what we have to offer, what experience we have in the industry, why this product has changed our life. And And then we get the person who's welcoming, like the, you know, person we're going to welcome. We ask them about, you know, they'll tell us about your life. And, you know, we do go through the form, FORM, family, occupation, recreation, motivation, money. Like we go through those questions, and it's getting to know that person. And when we can find out like their why, sometimes their why makes them cry. And then you know you really tapped into something powerful. And you only find this out by asking them questions. And here's one of the most magical things I love about doing a welcome call. I mean, this is the magic of getting to know what their why is. And really, it's not about the money. It's never about the money. You know, money is important. You know, it ranks right up there with oxygen. You know, we have to have it to survive. But people aren't really motivated by money. They're motivated by what you do with the money. And so when we can tap into their emotion and find out what it is that that money will do for them, and then we start asking them. So here's the most powerful thing is getting them to visualize an amount of income that they believe could impact their life. So usually it's $500 on the average. It's always been, in a welcome, it's always been $500. And so that's short-term goal. So we just say, okay, so the efforts that you put into this, and now you're reaching your first goal, it's $500. What, how would that make a difference for you in your life? And then when we can get them to start thinking about what it is they would do with that $500. And then they'll start saying, oh, well, I can pay a car payment, or I could pay for my kids' braces, or I can, and then we just start asking them like, well, okay, well, because now when we're asking them like what that money is going to do for them, they're tapping into their feelings and their emotion. And this is why they're doing this business. They're doing it because of what they need and what would make their life easier and better. And so when we take notes as we're doing this, we're taking notes that, okay, so $500 can do this for this person. So this is their why. 500 is their goal, but this is their why. And then we give them permission to dream bigger than they've ever dreamed. And it's amazing how people have these limiting beliefs of all they see happening for themselves. Although their dreams are bigger, they'll often stop about where they believe is possible. And it's it's important to know we will get what we believe is possible. So we need to expand that belief, and we do need to dream bigger, because dreams are coming true left and right. I've seen it happen. It's happened for me. It's happened for so many people that they only had these kind of goals and they've already surpassed it in 1 year already surpassed it. So many of us have realized we didn't dream big enough. It wasn't big enough. So we really need to dream again. Like when we were kids, we didn't have a problem dreaming. But as we become adults, we tend to stop and we get into the reality of life and what we see as possible because of our experience, or we often judge our future on our present, result. And where we're at now is only because of what we had before and the mindset that we had before. But if we read books, we grow our mindset, grow our belief, and then we start to realize that we can achieve and accomplish so much more. You want to reach for the stars. You want your dreams to be bigger than what you can even imagine, because that's what you want to focus on. That's what you want to work towards, because this is going to be something that will get you there. This is a journey. It's going to take some time. The best part of it is what you get from this journey. Growing to that dream, growing to that goal is what you're getting through the process. You're becoming that person. You're becoming a different person, because to have that, you have to be different. If you can imagine, a lot of us, I think about, I'm like, well, could I imagine myself there being the person I am now? No, because the person I am now, I do habits that I have right now are creating the life that I'm getting right now. I have to change my habits. I have to change my decision-making abilities, because your decision-making ability is what determines your outcome in your life. So you got to identify, what decisions am I making? What am I doing to get the life that I have today? And who I am today could not be that person in the future, because that person in the future is going to be a whole different person to be able to get that life. And what does that mean? That means change. That's going to take change. What are we afraid of sometimes? We're afraid of change. Why? Because we're human. Humans are just afraid of change. It's so crazy how that's true, but we love to feel comfortable. We love to be in a place where we are secure, it feels comfortable, and as soon as something feels uncomfortable, we shy away from it. As soon as something feels out of sorts, we push it away. So just remember, on this journey, you're gonna feel uncomfortable. And when you feel uncomfortable, welcome it. Welcome yourself feeling uncomfortable. In the moment, recognize, this feels uncomfortable to me, but don't not do it because it feels uncomfortable. This means you're growing. You're becoming that person you need to be to have what it is you want to have. So welcome yourself. The magic is outside of your comfort zone. So get comfortable being uncomfortable. That's important. Okay, so now we got our dreams, right? We established the why. So in order for us to get to our goal destination, we have to have directions. So like if we were going to go to New York, right? Say you live in California like me, and I was going to go to New York, or you're in New York and you want to come to California. Just know that you have a destination, right, that you're going to go to. Well, if we don't have a map and we don't have directions, we're going to get in our car and we're going to start driving, and who knows where we're going to end up. Will we get to our destination? It's possible, but we might end up clear across another side of the United States, up and down and all around, and it might take us forever to get to that goal because we didn't have a map and we didn't have directions. So wouldn't it be smart to be able to have a map to tell us how to get to New York, or how to New York get to California? It would be wise to have a map so that we can get there much faster. So as we go through the welcome call, now we talk about, let's have permission to coach you a little bit. And then we get them to take all their whys and we get them to do a dream board. And a dream board, this is my old one. I have a couple of them. But now we get and say, hey, go through a magazine or go online and print out what it is that you shared with us of all the things that money would do for you. All the places you want to travel, all the, a house that you want to buy, the car that you want to buy, the lifestyle that you want, whatever your dreams were that we talked about on this welcome call, put it on a dream board. Dream board needs to be somewhere where you can see all the time. Something that you can focus on, walk by, see all the time, because what you focus on is what you're going to attract. And so the dream board is also, what's easy to do is easy not to do. We will say that's easy, we're going to do it, and then we don't do it. It's so important to take action on these little tiny, seems like not important things, but take action and do it, because a dream board sounds so easy and simple, but it's so powerful. My kids have done a dream board. It's come true. All the things on dream board. My first dream board came true. I actually have two more. I have three of them. But my first one, everything came true. Half the stuff are true on my second one. And my third one's full of words and affirmations. It's a little different type of dream board. But, we get them to do a dream board. Super powerful. We also ask everybody to watch 15 minutes of The Secret, because The Secret, if you ask them to watch a movie, everyone's busy. Oh, I'll do it. What's easy to do is easy not to do. I'll do it. But we just say we want to encourage you to watch 15 minutes of the movie The Secret. It's on Netflix for free. If you have, almost everybody has Netflix. If anybody in here hasn't watched The Secret, I encourage you, go to Netflix, go grab The Secret, watch at least 15 minutes of it. It will change your life. It will set you up with the proper mindset to know exactly how to attract your dream life to you, how to attract and manifest what it is you want in your life. And then we just go through the peak and pass, like what Don was talking about. And we talk about how there's different ways to build your business. There's different ways to connect with people. Obviously there's your list. You're going to connect with people, personal. You're going to connect with them on social media. When you use social media, do not put the name Ellepreneur out there. Spin the tub around, spin the bag around, just do peaking posts, peak interest, and then pass people to your team members. And so just peak and pass is amazing. There's different ways to do that. And I think we pretty much went through almost everything. I do want to leave you also with, before we open up for questions, I wanted to share with you guys the power of having this business and looking at it as an asset. Because, a lot of people think $100 a month isn't very much here. Or if you're making $200 a month, some people feel like they're not successful. You are successful. You're successful as soon as you decided to do this as a business. The reason is taking this product as a business owner is smart. Because now, even if you only earned a couple $100 a month through the whole year, even if you only earned $500 through the whole year, you've actually gained, because now you're writing off your life through a business. You get to benefit from the same kind of tools that a person does with a traditional business. So you get to write off your phone, you get to write off your gas, you get to write off part of your office, you get to write off, your part of your car payment, you get to write off apps, training books. You get to write off every single thing that you're doing this business with. And at the end of the year, you literally can get around $2,000 to $3,000, $4,000 back in your taxes, just because you chose to take this product as a business builder rather than a customer. So you're already a winner just by doing this as a business. If you look at it as, like, I have it written down here, if you were to have, if you were to say, I'm doing this part-time to build my, it's my plan B, to build an extra income, to build retirement, to build, whatever the reason is you're doing this, if you were only to make $69 a month, that would be like having an asset like CDs or mutual fund. It would be like having $10,000 in CDs or mutual funds in the bank paying 8% interest. If you were to make $103 a month, that would be like having $15,000 set aside in a savings. And I know most of us here probably, I know for me growing up, I wasn't very good at saving money. What I made, I spent. And I think most of us do that. And if you're one like me, then to know that, making $600 a month is like having $100,000 in the bank in savings. So if you get to making like $600 a month, look at it. You got to look at it as like, it's like having $100,000 in the savings or in a mutual fund or making 8% interest. And here's the thing is we don't get paid 8% interest. It's an average of around 2%. I don't even know what it is right now, but it's not 8%. So if we were even to get paid off the percentage that's average around 2%, and somebody can probably put a percentage in here that knows what it is, but that's like $100 a month. That's like having $60,000 in a bank somewhere at a mutual fund or CD paying around 2% interest. So we think sometimes $100 isn't a whole lot of money to make. But when you're doing this part-time, I tell you what, every financial advisor tells you, get a home-based business. Get a business that you love, that you believe in, and utilize it and be smart and use it as a business model. Like love what you are sharing, make a business out of it, get ahead in life, because that is how America is built. It's built to grow businesses and to grow entrepreneurs and grow people. This is the land where we can do this in. And so anybody and almost everybody could do this part-time. There isn't nobody that can say, I don't have time for this. And if they don't have time for this, that's more the reason they need to do this, because they need to make time in their life. And they need to do something different to change that for themselves. So they need the business more than they need the products if they don't have time to do this. So I would love to open it up. It is close to 10. And I would love to open up for questions and just share with me and us, or, you know, maybe there's something of value we can help you all with at this time. I don't know. Shar, can you open it up?
Can I just say something real quick, Robin?
Yes.
That is some of the most value I've ever heard from one of these calls. I mean that sincerely. You rocked me. You rocked me with that. When you see somebody that needs money, what you do for them. And that stretches me so much. And then the last thing I'll say and get off of here is, Dawn, I know that you're stepping into your comfort, or trying to step into your comfort of teaching, and you're not so sure of yourself, but you have every reason to be, because what you shared, I am so thankful that I have people on my team that heard what you taught them at the beginning level of how to just do the basics. And you did such a great job explaining that I can't thank you enough. Y'all are rock stars. I love y'all.
Oh,
Thank you, Vincent. You're awesome. We love you too.
So I can't figure out how to unmute everybody. But if you guys have any questions for Robin, just go ahead and unmute yourself and ask.
Don't be shy.
I guess while you guys are thinking about some questions, I did have one other thing that kind of popped in my head that I wanted to share with you. And that is that all of us go through seasons in our life, personally, in our business, and all of that. So it's okay. It's human, and it's okay to feel defeated. I mean, we grow through that, like Robin said, and it's okay to get down on yourself, because again, we grow through that. What's not okay is if you don't reach out and find like an accountability partner in the business with you, whether that be a sideline or an upline. You never really want to vent downline, but sideline, upline, find someone that you connect with and ask them if they can be your accountability partner, and you can, you know, vent or bounce ideas off of each other, just to keep you grounded and keep you like reminding yourself of that why you even started this to begin with. Because I know that if I would have quit the 50 probably times that it crossed my mind, I would not be where I'm at right now. And that is the constant messages from people, like money aside, just the people that have said, thank you for sharing this with me, whether it be the business opportunity or even just the product itself. So keep that in mind when you think about giving up. Just be consistent. It's okay to step back and take a little break and breathe and kind of think about things, but don't allow yourself too much time to do that.
Awesome. Thank you, Dawn. That's 100%. When you're up, you go down. When you're down, you go up.
Hey, you all did awesome, Robin and Dawn. Thank you guys for taking out your Saturday and doing this training. And you guys rocked it. I figured out how to unmute all, so I'm going to unmute everybody. If you guys all want to give them a shout out and thank them, or if you have any questions, now is your time.
Great job, everybody.
Yeah. Well, I was going to try and join, but I think just coming over for dinner tonight. So,
Good job.
anyway,
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.